Hello my friends, so I greet you in the love and in the light of the one infinite creator. In today's session, I have channeled the Galactic Federation in order to query about many of the topics that many of you had commented on my previous YouTube videos and on my community posts, which is pertaining to the ability or how can we access intelligent infinity or infinite intelligence. Okay, so the process of how we can do it is beautifully explained in the session. The other thing that I've asked about is, why is humanity not able to receive open contact with extraterrestrials, right? There must be a reason, and the reason is also explained in the session of why we are not able to openly receive open contact with other extraterrestrial beings from other galaxies, and the reason is explained in the session. The other thing they talk about is that there are going to be big energy shifts coming up, and we need to be really careful to keep our energy high, and they explain a method that is really wonderful. I just tried it myself. It was really amazing, and it was wonderful just to try it, and you can listen to the session and try it on your own. Then you will find out how it feels like. Okay, so they said that big energy shifts are coming up soon in the week of April, in the last weeks of April. So I think we need to be ready and prepared. So without much further ado, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you for liking the video, so that it helps to reach out to people who need it. And here is the session, my friends. Enjoy it.
We are the Galactic Federation, now communicating through the vibrations of this instrument from our location in the Saturn Council. And before we begin this communication, we would recommend each entity who shall come in contact with this information to use it wisely, for the dissemination of this information may lead to an expansion of love amongst the planetary sphere. Therefore, it is the choice of each entity to serve the one infinite creator in all its ways, and we as the Galactic Federation are providing you all with one more way of serving the one infinite creator. All of you must remember that each one of you is the objectification of the experiences in different molds, shapes and forms of the one infinite creator. There may be many moments wherein many of you forget your true purpose of incarnation in this timeline. However, the various messages we have transmitted using the vibratory patterns of your planet through this instrument may assist each one of you to fully understand your true purpose of incarnation at this time. We as the Galactic Federation social memory complex comprising of various beings from different galaxies and various beings who have come together for the purpose of spreading the messages required to assist those who shall need it at this time, are now relaying this information for those who shall accept it with their own free will. The first query, which is in the mind space of this instrument, pertains to the current energy update of the planetary sphere. In this regard, we as the Galactic Federation would like to now state that there are going to be huge energy shifts occurring across your planetary sphere in the coming week of the month of April, as known by your people. During that time period, the Elohim Collective, as well as the beings who were responsible for seeding the human collective consciousness around a period of 75,000 years ago, shall appear amongst the so-called Earth planetary vibration in light form. These beings shall appear in order to check for the type of growth that has been made, since they are the original seeders of humanity. They are going to appear in the next week of the month of April for the purpose of checking upon the type of progress made by the seeds they have planted in the garden of consciousness. Much like the garden of your mind each one of you has, each one of you can plant the seeds of love and light or the seeds of negativity, and soon you will find a harvest or a growth of the same type of thought forms which you have planted inside your mind. This is the reason why the so-called seeders are going to check upon the planetary vibration to find out the types of changes which need to be made in the future regarding the genetic composition of all the beings of your planetary sphere, and also to check upon the progress made by each one of you. Even though you may not realize, but the seeders are the ones who created you. And each one of you is like a seed in the garden of consciousness, which is composed of the earth planet as well as all other plant life, animal life, etc. However, the primary vibration that they are coming to judge is the vibration of third density, sub-octave, in order to understand if the earth planet is fully capable of entering the fourth density completely or not. Therefore, we, the Galactic Federation, would like to state that there will be massive energy shifts appearing in the month ahead and in the weeks of the month known as April. Therefore, one of the best exercises that people of your planet can do is to perform the activity known as protecting your bodily complex using the vibration of love. The process is simply to initiate a process of entry into the silence of the mind, followed by the creation of love energy around each of your organs and each of your body part of your mind, body, and spirit complex totality. This will allow you a shield of protection of love and light from any negative sources, and also will keep your vibration at high all times, which will allow the keepers of the so-called seeders of your planetary sphere to find favorable situations for further progress of the planetary vibration. This may lead to several symptoms and changes occurring upon your vibration. Since the seeders are now going to appear in form of light before your people, they may, if they decide, change the genetic composition of people completely towards the fourth density. Hence, many of you may be feeling symptoms of ascension, such as the symptoms of changes happening in your bodily complex, the changes which appear when you are ascending, such as ringing of the ears, etc., may accompany many of your experiences at this time. The other query pertains to why the human collective consciousness is not ready for full open contact with the other beings from other planets. In this regard, we, the Galactic Federation, must clearly state that this is not possible unless the planet enters fourth density, middle sub-octave vibration, wherein all the entities learn the lessons of love, and once they are able to learn the lessons of love completely, then such an open contact of nature, which may be not disturbed by the so-called influences of your mind and the third density egoic self, will allow the open contacts to occur. Upon scanning the mind complex and the vibration of the Earth planet, we are of the opinion that there are many people upon your planetary sphere who are waiting for such an open contact, and many people have already been visited by some of the beings. However, such visits are not in open nature. Therefore, for such open contacts to occur in the future, each one of you must remember to learn the lessons of fourth density vibration and to retain the vibration of love and light throughout your incarnation, which will further allow you progress into the vibration of higher consciousness and give you the ability of retaining the ability to openly accept other beings upon your planetary sphere, because otherwise the contacts with other mind, body and spirit complexes from other galaxies will be incomplete. Now we shall address the final query, which pertains to how can beings upon your planet access infinite intelligence. In this regard, we shall share with you a story of an individualized portion of consciousness which had incarnated in the lands of Egypt at the time of 11,000 years ago. This entity was known by the name of Kimra, and this entity was an avid worshipper of the sun. In that timeline, it wanted to understand how it can access infinite intelligence and had tried many ways. It was in contact with the entity known as Hermes Trismegistus and the teachings of Thoth. This entity then started to learn the teachings of the entity known as Thoth, and slowly it began to delve into a pattern of experience of trying to create reality using the experiences of meditation and internal work. One of the process which allowed it to directly access infinite intelligence was the process of realizing that the only way to access infinite intelligence, which is the unity consciousness, is by firstly dislocating the consciousness from the current physical vehicle and entering into a time-space realm by leaving the body, much like the occurrence of death. However, this is a semi-crossing over process, as the ability to return back is maintained because the silver cord is still present in the vibration of such entities. The process is simply to meditate, close your eyes, sit in the void, and using your so-called imagination, you can imagine yourself from the first person perspective as you are the observer, moving out of your body, leaving out of your body, and then rising up and up as you begin to distance yourself from your bodily complex. Soon you will find yourself outside the planetary sphere as well, and soon you will find yourself outside your galactic system, and finally merging with the one infinite creator. This is the pathway to access the energies of the one infinite creator, and the intelligent energy will then be accessed, which will provide you infinite possibilities. From this space of variation of all possibilities of all power, you can create what you desire and you can experience any timeline. This is the time-space realm, and the best way for you to access infinite energy is via this process, wherein all healings can occur and you will feel the energy of the one infinite creator's love in the eternal void. However, after the performing of this process, remember to return back slowly by traveling in space-time and entering back into your body. This will allow you to return back to your body after the accessing of the infinite intelligence. And so we as the Galactic Federation leave you now. Bye.
So my friends, in today's session, as far as you have listened to the session, I think you learned a lot. One of the things that I learned is that, there is going to be some big energy shifts coming soon. And they also said something about the Seeders, or the Elohims, who were responsible for creating the human collective consciousness. As far as I know, the Elohim collective, or the Seeders, they came to the Earth planet 75,000 years ago. And their main purpose was to transfer souls from Mars, because Mars was destroyed at that time, and then to take the souls from Mars to Earth. So they made some genetic changes in our bodies as humans, as a human collective consciousness. I think what they did was they modified the ape body into our current physical vehicle, so we are able to have this experience in this reality, right? So they said that the seeders, they are coming back to see what kind of what kind of evolution we have made, what kind of progress we have made. And these seeders, what they said is they will appear in the form of light beings, and their main purpose is to find out, they compared the Earth planet as a garden. Okay, just imagine the Earth is a garden and you are inside here as consciousness, and they have said that they are coming to check what is happening with the seed. We are the seeds that they have planted, and they want to see what kind of harvest, or what kind of evolution of the seeds is happening. So they're going to do a checkup, and I think they also said that we can expect some changes in our bodily complex if they decide they can give us some upgrades in our vehicle, so that we become more capable of accepting the fourth density energy. And I think we may receive that if we are able to protect ourselves from any negative influence. So the exercise they have given for the protection from any negative influence is to simply, under meditation or under silence, just create a love light shield around all of your organs and around your body and your whole mind, body and spirit, so that you become protected. So that's the simple thing we need to do in the coming weeks, and I just did that and it feels really amazing. Okay, it feels like I'm really protected, like very secure kind of feeling, the kind of feeling you get like when you are securely protected. Okay, like that's the type of feeling I'm getting when I did this. And the other thing they said was the ability to access infinite intelligence requires you to dissociate yourself from your current physical body or consciousness, and then enter into a space or a time-space location wherein you are everything, and you are able to communicate without your body. Okay, you are just consciousness, and that is the moment where you are communicating with infinite creator. And then you can use the energy which is known as intelligent infinity or infinite intelligence. That energy can then be used for the process of, if you want to create a new reality, or maybe you want to experience something, that is the moment where you can enter into different timelines, or you can just create something brand new. And this is what they said. Okay, infinite intelligence can be accessed when you are in that realm. So the best way they said is when you're in meditation, you just imagine your consciousness leaving you, and then from the first person perspective, just leaving your body and then going out from the Earth planet, going out from the galaxy, and then you reach a void or emptiness. There is nothing, right? So that is the place you find this infinite intelligence connection to the maximum degree. I think that's what they said. The other thing they said is humanity is not ready for open alien contact, because our energy vibration is not completely aligned in one pathway. Now, for example, there are a lot of people on the Earth planet who are confused. They are not following the path of love and light. They are following some other pathway of fear, or they are doing something else because they are confused. They don't know what their purpose is. But many of my viewers and all of you who are watching this, we know that our purpose in this planet is to learn love and compassion, so that we can graduate into the fourth density vibration, right? And I think as far as I know, that's our main purpose. And it doesn't matter other things what you do. What really matters is you learn the lesson, so that you will be able to graduate into the fourth density. And if everyone begins to learn this, if everyone using their own free will becomes aligned towards love and light, then I think we will be ready for open alien contact. That's what they are saying in the session. So I hope you learned a lot from the session, and I want to say big thank you to all of you for watching the video, liking the video, and of course sharing it with people who matter to you the most. And also I want to say big thank you to all of you for sending me requests for past life on this email address over here, and whenever I get free time, I'm helping you out. Also, I want to say big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters, where I am uploading sessions almost on a daily basis, pretty much. And I want to say a big thank you to all of you. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next session. Bye bye, my friends.